17 days without sun. 17 days watching the world drown. The emergency alert burns on my phone screen. Do not trust anyone wearing a yellow raincoat. My breath fogs the glass as I stare at my driveway. The figure in yellow stands motionless, a void where a face should be. Waiting, always waiting. When I blink, it's gone. But the wet footprints leading to my door remain. Someone knocked 3 minutes ago. I haven't moved. I can't move, because the voice on the other side sounds exactly like my sister. My name is David Marsh, and I have always been the careful one. The one who triple checks the locks, who reads every warning label, who never takes risks. My sister used to tease me about it, called me Paranoid David. But she's 3 states away in Colorado, safe and dry. At least she should be. It started on day 7 of the rain. I was making coffee when I saw it through the kitchen window. A figure in a yellow raincoat standing at the end of my driveway, perfectly still. The kind of stillness that isn't human, that makes your stomach drop, because something about it is fundamentally wrong. The hood was pulled so far forward that there was only darkness where a face should be. Not shadow, darkness, like staring into a well with no bottom. I watched for 5 minutes. It didn't move, didn't sway in the wind. The rain pounded everything around it, but the yellow fabric seemed almost dry, gleaming like fresh paint. My phone buzzed, making me jump. The emergency alert flashed across the screen in angry red letters. Emergency alert. Do not trust anyone wearing a yellow raincoat. Do not open your doors. Do not engage. Report sightings to authorities immediately. My coffee cup slipped from my hand, shattering on the tile. When I looked back up, the driveway was empty. Just rain. Just the grey, endless rain. But there, pressed against my kitchen window, was a wet handprint, 5 fingers splayed wide. The print wasn't on the outside of the glass. It was on the inside. I stumbled backward, my heel crunching on broken ceramic. The handprint glistened, water droplets sliding down the glass in slow, deliberate trails. My mind raced. Had I touched the window? No. I'd been standing 3 feet away the entire time. I grabbed paper towels with shaking hands and wiped it away, scrubbing until my fingers hurt. The glass squeaked clean, but I could still see it in my mind. 5 fingers too long, the palm too narrow. That night, I called the police. The dispatcher sounded exhausted. "Sir, we've received over 300 calls about the yellow raincoats. We're doing everything we can, but what are they?" I demanded. "Where are they taking people?" A long pause. Then quietly, "We don't know, just keep your doors locked. Don't let anyone in." The line went dead. I didn't sleep that night. Every creak of the house settling made me bolt upright. Every gust of wind sounded like footsteps. I kept all the lights on, moving from window to window, checking the locks obsessively. At 3:47 a.m., my phone lit up with another alert. Mrs. Rebecca Chen reported missing. Last seen letting someone in yellow raincoat into her home. Claims made that visitor was from emergency services. I knew Mrs. Chen. She lived 4 houses down, always waving when I drove past. Always smiling. By morning, 2 more alerts. The Hendersons, both of them. Then Mr. Park, the Korean War veteran who'd lived on Maple Street for 40 years. All last seen with yellow raincoats. All vanished. I started keeping a baseball bat by the door. Started sleeping in 2-hour shifts, if you could call it sleep. The rain kept falling. The sky stayed dark. The alerts kept coming. Day 12, 7 missing. Day 14, 15 missing. Day 16, 23 missing. The news stopped reporting on it. The emergency broadcasts became automated loops. The police stopped answering calls. It was like the entire town was holding its breath, waiting. I barricaded myself inside, moved the couch against the front door, nailed boards across the windows on the ground floor. I had enough canned food for 2 weeks, bottled water for 3. I could outlast this, whatever this was. Then came day 17. I was eating cold ravioli straight from the can when I heard it, a sound that made my blood freeze. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, splashing through the flooded street outside. I crept to the window, peering through a gap in the boards. There were 5 of them now, 5 figures in yellow raincoats, standing in a semicircle in front of my house. Silent, motionless, hoods pulled low, hiding everything. They stood there for hours, just watching, waiting. When night fell, they were still there. At 11:34 p.m., my phone rang. Not an alert, a call from my sister. My hands trembled as I answered. "Sarah, David." Her voice was thick with tears, breaking on every syllable. "Oh God, David, I need help, please. I'm outside. I'm so scared. Please let me in." I looked at my phone screen. Sarah Marsh. Her contact photo smiling back at me. Her graduation picture from 3 years ago. "Sarah, you're in Colorado," I said slowly. "You're not here. I drove," she sobbed. When the rain started, I got scared. I wanted to be with family. But something's wrong. Something's really wrong. They're following me. "Please, David, please open the door." Through the peephole, I saw it. A figure in a yellow raincoat standing on my porch, the hood tilted slightly, as if looking directly at me. "Please," it said in Sarah's voice. "I'm so cold. I'm so scared. Please don't leave me out here." My hand moved toward the doorknob. Every instinct screamed to open it, to save my sister. But my sister was 3 states away, wasn't she? I pulled my hand back from the doorknob like it had burned me. "Prove it," I whispered into the phone. "Tell me something only Sarah would know." The sobbing stopped. Complete silence on the other end. Through the peephole, the yellow figure remained perfectly still. Then Sarah's voice came back, but different now. Flatter, emotionless. "Your childhood dog was named Copper. You broke your arm falling off the swing set when you were 9. Mom's maiden name is—" "Anyone could find that online," I interrupted, my throat tight. "Tell me what you said to me the last time we spoke." 2 weeks ago." Another pause. "Longer this time. I don't remember." The voice cracked again, desperate. "Please, David, I'm confused. I'm scared. I just need to come inside where it's safe." I hung up. My hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped the phone. I grabbed my laptop, fingers fumbling across the keyboard. I pulled up Facebook, Instagram, searched for Sarah's accounts. Her last post was from this morning. A photo of her apartment in Denver, coffee mug in hand. Caption reading, "Day 17 of rain here too. Stay safe, everyone." She was in Colorado. She'd been there the whole time. My phone rang again. Sarah. I didn't answer. It rang 7 more times. Each time, I watched through the peephole as the yellow figure stood motionless on my porch, phone pressed to where its ear should be beneath that empty hood. Then the calling stopped. I heard footsteps retreating, splashing away. When I looked again, the porch was empty. But now I understood. They weren't just taking people. They were becoming them, learning their voices, their memories, enough to fool the people who loved them. That's when I noticed something that made my blood run cold. On my laptop screen, Sarah's Facebook page had updated. A new post, timestamped 3 minutes ago. "Heading to bed early tonight. David, if you're reading this, I love you. Stay safe." Don't open the door for anyone, she knew. Somehow she knew what was happening here. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. They can sound like anyone. They can look like anyone wearing yellow. But they can't know what's in your heart. Trust nothing. The knock came at 2:47 a.m., not the front door this time. The back door, the one I'd forgotten to barricade because it led to my fenced backyard. David. A different voice now. Male. Familiar in a way that made my chest tighten. "David, it's Dad. I know you're scared, but I'm here to get you out. We're evacuating the neighborhood." I crept through the dark hallway, baseball bat gripped so tight my knuckles ached. Through the back door's window, I saw it. Yellow raincoat, hood up, standing in my flooded backyard. My father had been dead for 6 years. "I know you don't believe me," the voice continued, patient and warm. "But I need you to think clearly. Those alerts, they're trying to confuse you. We're from the emergency response team. We're rescuing people before the levee breaks." My bat clattered to the floor. The levee, the old levee on the east side of town. Dad used to take me fishing there when I was a kid. He'd always warned me about how dangerous it would be if it ever failed. "That's right, son," the voice said, and I realized I'd spoken aloud. "It's going to break any minute. You'll drown if you stay here. Please, let me save you." My hand touched the doorknob. Then I saw it in the window's reflection. Behind me, another yellow raincoat standing in my kitchen. Silent. The one that had left the handprint. It had been inside my house the entire time. I spun around, pressing my back against the door. The figure stood motionless in the darkness, that empty hood tilted toward me, waiting. "David," my father's voice called. "What's wrong?" I grabbed the bat, heart hammering. "My father never called me son," I said, voice shaking. "He always called me Dave." The knocking stopped. The yellow figure in my kitchen took one step forward, then another. I screamed and swung the bat with everything I had. It connected with a wet, hollow sound, like hitting a garbage bag full of water. The figure stumbled but didn't fall, didn't make a sound. From inside the hood I saw it. Not a face, not darkness. Water. Just churning, black water where a head should be. I ran. I crashed through the living room, overturning furniture, my lungs burning. Behind me I heard it, not footsteps, but the sound of water sloshing, splashing, moving in a way that shouldn't be contained in human form. I grabbed my car keys from the counter and burst through the front door, not caring anymore, just running. The rain hit me like a wall, instantly soaking through my clothes. My car was flooded up to the door handles, useless. I ran down the street, my feet splashing through knee-deep water. The town was dark, every house black, every streetlight dead. But in the rain, I could see them. Dozens of yellow raincoats standing in doorways, in yards, in the middle of the street, all perfectly still, all watching. I don't know how long I ran. Minutes? Hours? My legs were numb, my chest screaming. Finally, I collapsed behind the old fire station on the edge of town, gasping, shaking. That's when the rain stopped. Not gradually, instantly. Like someone had flipped a switch. The silence was deafening after 17 days of constant drumming. I looked up at the sky. The clouds were breaking apart, revealing stars I'd forgotten existed. In the distance I heard sirens, real ones, emergency vehicles approaching. I stumbled back toward town as dawn broke. The water was already receding, draining away impossibly fast. Police cars and ambulances lined the streets. Officers were going door to door, finding the survivors. I grabbed the first cop I saw. "The yellow raincoats," I gasped. "The people, they took people." "Sir, calm down." She guided me toward an ambulance. "You're in shock. The flooding caused a lot of confusion. We're still accounting for everyone. No, you don't understand. They were in my house. 27 people are still missing," she said quietly, her face grim. "We found some of their belongings scattered around town. We're doing everything we can. Mrs. Chen, the Hendersons, Mr. Park, 23 others. All gone. They kept me at the hospital for observation. Dehydration, they said. Exhaustion. Possible hallucinations from stress and lack of sleep. They had explanations for everything. The emergency alerts, mass panic, the yellow raincoats, opportunistic looters taking advantage of the chaos probably. The missing people, tragic casualties of the flood. But none of them could explain the yellow raincoat they found in my kitchen, soaking wet, draped over a chair. Empty. When they tested the water that pooled beneath it, it didn't match any known water source, not rain, not from the river or any reservoir. The analysis just said, unknown, high salinity, organic particulates consistent with deep ocean origin. We're 300 miles from the nearest ocean. I stayed with Sarah in Colorado for 2 months after that. She took leave from work, let me sleep on her couch, didn't ask too many questions when I woke up screaming. Eventually, I went back. Not to my house. I sold that without ever setting foot inside again. But to the town, I needed to know I could face it. Most people had returned to normal. The flood was just a story now, a tragedy they'd survived. The missing 27 were memorialized with a plaque in the town square. Life moved on. But sometimes when it rains, I see people pause. Look over their shoulders, check their locks twice, and I've noticed something else. Something nobody talks about. On rainy days, there are always a few people wearing yellow raincoats. Regular people, neighbors, co-workers. They smile and wave and everything seems fine. But I can't help watching them. Watching the way they stand sometimes, too still. The way their hoods shadow their faces, just a little too much. Last week, I saw Tom Rodriguez from the hardware store wearing one. Tom, who'd lived here his whole life. Tom, who I'd known for 15 years, I called out to him. "Hey Tom, nice raincoat." He turned toward me, and for just a fraction of a second, less than a heartbeat, I swear I saw his face ripple like water disturbed by a stone. Then he smiled. Normal, friendly. "Thanks, Dave. Stay dry out there." He'd never called me Dave before, always David or Mr. Marsh. I checked the town records yesterday. Tom Rodriguez was on the list of 27 missing people, but there he was, walking around, working at the hardware store, living his life. I'm not the only one who's noticed. There's a woman named Jennifer who survived too. She keeps a blog documenting strange behavior, people who went missing but came back, people who seem almost right but not quite, people who only wear yellow raincoats when it rains. The authorities shut down her website twice. It keeps coming back. And here's what keeps me up at night. The rain is starting to come back. Not constantly, not like before, but more frequently, longer. The weather service says it's just a wet season, nothing unusual, but I know better. Because yesterday, I received a package, no return address. Inside was a yellow raincoat neatly folded with a note. You'll need this soon. The water is rising again. When it comes, put it on, join us. It's easier than fighting. We're still here, David. We've always been here. We're waiting. I burned it in my kitchen sink. Watched the yellow plastic curl and melt and turn black. But when I walked to my car this morning, there was another one hanging on my door, handle fresh, dry, gleaming like new. I woke up this morning and something was wrong. The sky was grey, heavy, that familiar pressure, building in the air, the kind that promises rain. I checked my phone, weather alert, heavy rainfall expected for the next 14 days. My hands were shaking as I made coffee. I dropped the mug twice before I got it to my lips. Then I looked down. My clothes were soaked, completely drenched, water pooling on the kitchen floor around my feet. But I'd been inside all night. The windows were closed. There was no leak. I ran to the bathroom mirror. My reflection stared back. Normal, terrified, human. I touched my face, feeling the warmth of skin, the stubble on my jaw, real. I was real, but my shirt clung to me, heavy with water that smelled of salt and rotten things from the deep places. That's when I saw it on the counter, a yellow raincoat, folded neatly. I didn't remember bringing it inside. My phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. David, are you okay? You called me last night at 3 a.m., but you weren't making any sense. You kept saying you were coming to visit, that you'd be there soon. I didn't call her last night. I was asleep, wasn't I? Another text. Also, why are you wearing a yellow raincoat in your profile picture now? When did you change it? My fingers trembled as I opened Facebook. My profile picture had changed. It was me, I think it was me, standing in the rain wearing a yellow raincoat. The hood was up, shadowing most of my face. I don't remember taking that photo. Outside, the first drops began to fall. Soft at first, then harder, steady. I looked at the yellow raincoat on the counter. Part of me wanted to throw it away, burn it, destroy it. But another part, a part that felt cold and deep and patient, knew the truth. The rain was coming back. And when it rained, you needed protection. I picked up the raincoat. The plastic was warm to the touch, almost alive. It whispered against my skin as I unfolded it. Just put it on, something inside me whispered. You'll be safe. You'll understand everything. I know exactly where I need to go. Sarah lives in Denver, apartment 4B. She always leaves her kitchen window unlocked because the latch is broken. She'll recognize my voice. She'll let me in. She has to. The rain is falling harder now. I can hear it calling me outside, calling me home. I slip on the yellow raincoat. It fits perfectly, and as I pull the hood up over my head, I finally understand. The water didn't take us. We became the water.